Good evening for day 3 of She Soars. So excited to be here with you as you're coming in, or if you're catching this on replay, give me a hi. I'd love to know who's seen this or who's with me now. So Sarah is going to be here in a little while. I am kicking off this session all alone. I hope that it's okay with just me. I can see names tonight. That's exciting. Hi, Karen. So Sarah is just in our membership at the moment, the Holistic Health Circle. She has just finished teaching yoga. Karen, I'm sure you were there. And she is now teaching a breathwork class just for the next 15 minutes. So she is going to be with us soon. But do you remember I said that we run lots of live sessions to encourage people to come along to sessions? She is just closing that up. So I am running this session for you tonight. So this is day 3. I can't believe we're at the end already of She Soars, or almost at the end. So just to give you a quick recap, on day 1 we've done a life audit, what's working and what's not. It's still available on replay if you haven't caught it yet, about a 45-minute session. Day 2 was a little bit more tricky, looking at what kind of boundaries may you need to up level really in your life. Like, do you need to get a bit clearer on your boundaries? Because it's really, really hard to soar, isn't it? It's really, really hard to reach your highest potential if you're not actually communicating clearly and telling people what your expectations are, what your boundaries are, what your needs are. Oh, you've got COVID. Oh no, sorry, Karen, to hear that. Just trying to remember if you've had it before. I think you might have told me that you'd avoided it before. I hope that you're not feeling too ill with that, Karen. So that was day 2, and in our membership, a few of the members have been feeding back to say, like, it was quite triggering actually. It's brought a lot of stuff up for me, but also I can see where I need to be a lot clearer in my boundaries. So do you know what? I'm just going to say this in case we haven't said it enough during this challenge. It's so easy to watch things but not actually do any of the work. And it's the same with books, isn't it? And podcasts and audio books. It's so easy to listen and take on the knowledge, but we don't really know something until we actually start implementing it. So I encourage you, if you're making the time to actually watch this, to actually implement as well, because you will see positive changes in your life if you're actually doing that. Okay, so that was day 2. Day 2 is still available to catch up on if you need to. Just a little reminder about a competition. We always try and run a competition for engagement. We love to feel your energy back. We love to see your comments. We love to see you encouraging one another. We love to beat the Facebook algorithm of not getting our videos seen. So it always helps to have the interaction that way as well. And just before I remind you what the competition is, I just picked up my phone and put it onto focus mode before I came live. And as I put it on focus, I saw, oh, there's a message. And it said, you've won a competition. I thought, oh God, who's sending me one of these things that they want me to click on a link and they want to scam me? No, I've actually won a competition tonight. So Sarah and I was at a live event on Sunday talking about, oh, I've got some here actually. I was just sipping it before I came live. Ceremonial grade cacao. And I entered a competition which was for charity, actually. I just wanted to do the charity donation. And the lady just messaged me to say, you've won an angelic Reiki healing session. So I feel so privileged and lucky to actually win that. So thank you, universe. And it was a great reminder as I was checking through my notes tonight to remind you of our competition. So hopefully you can feel as grateful as me. Maybe you'll be our winner. On Saturday, we are running a ceremonial grade, sorry, not a ceremonial grade, a cacao ceremony online, talking all about our goals for spring and setting our goals as well. So if you win the competition, which is for interaction, thank you. We will send you a dose of ceremonial grade cacao and then the link to join us on Saturday. So that is for our thank you for interacting and to incentivize you a little bit. And I'm really excited about winning my competition too. And we love to give back like that as well. It's always really, really fun. So tonight we are talking about future self. And I know, Karen, you've been looking forward to this one. So where are you heading towards? Have you put a destination in your own sat nav? Do you know where you're heading in your life, or are you just going through the motions of every single day, right? So are you truly ready to grow? And also, what emotions are you moving towards? We need to be clear about how we want to feel, otherwise we're never really going to feel it. And that's not feel like less stressed or less anxious or less angry. It's reframing it into that positive way to say, what do you want more of? What emotions do you love? Like, I loved when I was feeling stressed all the time, and of course it still comes and goes now, but I wanted to feel at peace. But if I feel peaceful all the time, to be honest, it can get a little bit boring. So sometimes I want to feel inspired, right? Sometimes I want to feel I want to feel at peace, I want to feel calm, but I also want to feel inspired. So there's some of the emotions that I'm always working towards. So what are the emotions that you're working towards? And we're going to dive into some of this evening. And just a little reminder that we can do this at certain points. So normally we do this just at the new year, right? And maybe you did do this at the new year. And if you did, we can have a little reflect and say, what's happened in the past 3 months? Have you started to move a little bit closer towards your goals? Have you made those micro steps towards the goals? Have you achieved any of the goals yet? Or do they need to change? But the new moon is a great time to use as a cosmic calendar to work towards your goals. So the next new moon is going to be next week now. Our ceremony inside the Holistic Health Circle is on Friday next week. And this is a great time to set new intentions and to reflect back, like, am I moving towards my goals? And you've got 12 or sometimes 13, it depends if it's 12 or 13 new moons in the year, 12 or 13 chances to keep reminding yourself of, what are my goals again? Am I working towards them again? Or am I slipping back into like old habits that are not helpful at all? So it helps you because also there's accountability, because there's this ceremony that, you know, is in the diary to come along to, and there's other people to support you. And actually what I love about that is the combined energy as well that can help you elevate you towards those goals. So make sure that you're working with the moon, or using the moon as your cosmic calendar to remind you to work towards these goals. Someone said here that they are moving towards feeling more calm and more focused. Oh, isn't focused a good one in today's society of ping, 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 ping? We all need to feel a little bit more focused, don't we? Okay. Right, so what we're going to do this evening, haven't got Sarah to lead us through this, but we're going to do a short meditation in a moment, right? I'm just going to move my charger, but I will need to plug it back in a moment. But just before we do our short meditation, I'm going to push that back. I'm going to encourage you to stand up with me and just give your body a really, really good shake out, just pushing that back so you can see me. So let's all do it together. Let's pretend we are a tree. Let's just be really juvenile and fun about this, right? Just give your body a shake. I'm really shaking my bum here. Shake your arms, shake your legs. You can hear it in my voice, right? I'm shaking, shaking, shaking. Maybe give it a stamp if you've got some energy that you need to let go of. Maybe you need to give your shoulders a shake as well. But let's shake our bodies together. Maybe you want to make some noise. Maybe you want to laugh with me. Shake the boobs, shake the bum. Just give it a shake out. Keep shaking, keep breathing. And this is going to help. So when we meditate in a moment, even if it's just for a few minutes, we're allowing energy to escape from our body, to move around our body, which actually makes it easier to drop down deep within. And I really do think sometimes that when we try and meditate and we just try to come sit in without moving first, it makes it so much harder. Got to catch my breath now, ladies. Okay. Plug back in so I don't lose you. Did you join me? Let me know. Drop me some hearts if you joined me, or drop me some laughing faces if you was just watching me and not joining in at all. I'm going to have a little sip of my cacao. So this was me dropping into gratitude before I started to say. So I just want to say it publicly as well. Thank you, Karen, for joining in. This was me just connecting to my heart and going, thank you for all the women that have joined us on this challenge, all the women that we can help rise. Thank you for all of the interactions. Thank you for all the shares, all the comments, all the hearts, all the loves. We are so deeply grateful for you showing up for yourself. And this has such a ripple effect among our family and friends. So we feel so privileged to be here leading you through this for the past 3 days. So thank you so much. I shook myself silly. Yes, I love it. Okay, we're going to drop into a bit of a meditation now. So if you've ever done this with us before, you've done it yourself, you'll know how to do this, right? Maybe just roll the shoulders a couple of times, especially if they've been forward today, which for most of us they have. And have your feet flat on the floor if you can, so no legs crossed. Maybe even kick off your shoes if you've still got your shoes on. Just connect to the earth. And we have a bit of length to the spine. And if that's difficult for you, you can lean back into a chair, but sometimes that makes us want to fall asleep. So a straight spine if you can, closing the eyes. And let's, in the first instance, just connect to the breath. That helps us drop into the body and disconnect from our busy mind. So just connect to your breath. So breathing in and out, and in, and out. And then a little mini body scan, okay? Starting at the top of the head. Notices how that's feeling. Are you able to quieten the mind? Maybe this is the first chance you've been able to do this today. Witnessing the thoughts that are going through your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are the consciousness behind your thoughts. Scanning down the face, like, can you release any tension from your jaw, from your neck, from your chest, from your abdomen, from your back, from your shoulders, from your lower back, from your hips, from your thighs, from your calves, the fronts of the legs, the arms, the feet. Just allow yourself to drop a little bit deeper into this short meditation, which is going to help you connect with the heart and to get out of the head so the true answers can arise with these journal prompts. So a couple more breaths now, breathing in, letting the belly expand and out. And one more, breathing in and out. And your question is, what has made me happiest recently? What has made me happiest recently? I'm just going to give you a moment to think about that. And maybe it wasn't recently, maybe it was quite a while ago, you know. Maybe there haven't been as many happy moments recently, and that's okay. When was the last time you were at your happiest? Just welcoming Sarah in. We're on a meditation. This question was quite transformational for me, because when I was first asked this question, I looked outside of myself. Oh, it must have been a time that I achieved something. I was thinking, when was the last time I made myself proud of myself? And when I went back to those moments, I realized that I wasn't actually that happy in those moments. I strived to achieve something, but then that moment just came and went, and there wasn't particularly, I wouldn't describe it as happiness in that moment. It was more like, what's the next thing to move on to? And what I realized for myself is the moment that I was truly happy was when I was just being. And it was actually after, there was a couple of examples, but after yoga and after a meditation, and I was just being, and I was appreciative of sunshine, of nature, of love, and I was in a moment of pure bliss. And so answering that question allowed me to realize, so to reach happiness, I don't actually need to do more or be more. I just need to be, and I need to allow myself time to create these moments to be. So what was it for you? And someone shared here, my son married his friends at school pretending to be Elvis. Oh, he married. It made me laugh so much. Brilliant. Children can bring so much laughter, can't they? We love happiness, joy, laughter. And children definitely remind us to do that. What a brilliant share. Karen Reeder said here that she can relate. So maybe that was just to my example, that it's not doing more, but it's just being. So I just let Sarah say hello. We can, the next questions don't need to be in a meditation state. You can journal on these if you'd like to. You're actually muted, Sarah. Did you know? Yeah.
Hi everybody, so glad that you're showing up for day 3 and doing this hopefully really transformational work. And I got to hear some of Hannah's meditation, and it was lovely. So I hope you're all feeling those vibes and tuning into that happy place.
So another Karen shared here that she's traveling. Her last really happy moments was traveling in Africa and Australia, but she needs to think smaller. I think it's okay, Karen. So maybe it's okay to know that that was a time that was really happy for you. But yes, if there's some smaller or more recent moments as well, that'd be wonderful if you can lean into those and work out what those are. Okay, so I'm hoping that you're in a relaxed state now, and you can either journal using pen and paper, which would be ideal, or you can do this in your mind like we have on other nights. But the next question is, what would I do if I had more money?
So we are live.
Oh, sorry, something's just played on my computer. Sorry about that. Let me just repeat that. What would I do if I had more money? What would I do if I had more money? And I heard that rephrased another way recently, which was, if you had £1 million right now, what would it be that you would want to do? It's the same kind of question. Sarah, what would you want to do if you had more money?
I'd love to know everyone's answers for that one, because I'm sure they would be really wildly different. I actually think I'd hold less tension and stress in my body, but probably do similar things to what I'm doing now, but more in a more relaxed way, I think. But I would definitely spend more time on a boat if I had more money.
Ooh, that's lovely.
How
much time do you spend on boats now?
I get on a kayak every now and then, but not many boats.
I think that I'd do a little bit less admin.
Yeah.
So I guess that's not the question of well, it's kind of what would I do? Something I'd actually stop doing. It's just same as you, Sarah. I absolutely love my work, but I think for a lot of us, we can appreciate being stuck on a computer kind of lets our energy be a little bit stuck. So I think that what would I do? I'd probably get more help to do less admin. That's the thing that just pops straight to mind for me. And lots of you here know I really like dancing, so I want to say I'd do more dancing, but I don't need more money to do that. I can do it anytime. So we'd love to hear from you. What would you do if you had more money? Or maybe it's like me, what would you not do? So this is really about working out what some of your goals are. So we're just giving you the questions to actually get to these authentic answers for yourself. So I mentioned right at the beginning, what would you do? What feelings would you like more of? What feelings would you like more of? So we kind of, someone shared there a bit more calm. I mentioned that I wanted more peace, but also more inspiration. Another feeling that I love to aim for is to feel alive.
Cold water.
Huh?
Cold water.
Oh, yeah. And I avoid it as well. But it does make me feel alive and always makes me giggle once I can get past the fear of it. So what feelings would you like more of? And Sarah did share that the hierarchy of needs on Monday, and that had some feelings in there. So some of those were safe and secure right at the bottom to right at the top, which is, I can't remember the exact words on there, but it's basically more joyful, isn't it, Sarah? And I'm thinking more fun and more laughter and
yeah.
So someone would stop working and use their time to explore who they are. That's really, really deep, isn't it? And how would you do that? How would you, other than just sitting on a chair, how would you do that, do you think? Karen wants more joy. Someone else wants to pay off their mortgage for security. Yes, absolutely. Someone else clear their debts and go on holiday if they had more money. Okay, so what feelings do you want more of? The next one is there a burning desire on your bucket list? This is just because we want to be curious, really. No, it's to work out, is there something that have you had this burning desire for years and years and years, and you just keep not getting around to it? And is it really important to you? So how could you make this a more prominent goal in that way? So we'd love to hear them as well. Is there a burning desire on your bucket list? I did have something around wanting to fly in some way, shape, or form, not in an aeroplane. I mean, grow wings and fly, which I have done in the past, but that is another story. But Sarah bought it for my 40th birthday along with my brother, so I am going in some sort of micro light thing this summer actually, which I'm really, really scared to do, but because it's on my bucket list, I have to mark it off. Sarah, have you got any?
Ooh. My burning desire is to get a tattoo, and I want to do it before I'm 40 as well. So in fact, I was researching some vegan tattoo artists. So I was like, I don't know when I'm going to get space to do it, but let's start researching who can do it, getting that imperfect artist, calling that in. So yeah.
So someone here, Karen, wants to take her boys to Zimbabwe. Yeah, that's on my list too. I want to take my kids to Italy, which is my favourite country in the world. So it's really nice when you can spread the love like that, isn't it? That it's not just your goal, but you can take the people that you love with you as well, so you can all experience that joy together. So that's a great goal. So just as we're bringing it to the forefront of our mind, does it have to be, a 10-year plan, 20-year plan? Is that somehow, could that be moved forward a little bit? It might be that when we look at some action taken, it might be that you start putting a certain amount of savings for that, for example, or you get it up on a vision board so you can see it all the time and you can talk about it more and all get excited about it, for example. Get the kids to do some research on it. Okay, next question. This is for your personal growth, really. Have I challenged myself enough recently? It's very easy to get in our comfort zone. Like we were talking about a couple of days ago, our fear wants us to keep us in our comfort zone, to keep us safe. Have you challenged yourself enough recently? Because it can all get a little bit safe and boring if we just stay in our comfort zone too often. So have you challenged yourself enough recently? And I think the ways that we know about that is like, have you felt that? It's almost like I took my daughter today to try it out a new school, a secondary school, and she had those nerves, right? And that's how you know that you're pushing yourself out your comfort zone. So have you felt nerves in the past month, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, or have you always stayed in your comfort zone? Because the good things happen when we can push ourselves just outside our comfort zone to try something new. So it might be that you, Heather's desperate for a tattoo as well. Oh, I can see it in the holistic health circle, everyone having their tattoos. I forgot where I was going with that train of thought there, but Sarah, have you got any, have you challenged yourself recently?
I don't know if this counts, but do you know when we had that high winds recently, or that storm that blew through? My partner, who's an adrenaline junkie, decided that he wanted to go like down to the ocean at the full front of the winds. And so I went and did that, even though I felt quite nervous. And it's probably maybe even a little bit irresponsible. So it's probably not a good example.
Don't tell me, I don't want to know.
That's it. And yeah, I mean, I really felt alive because I felt like if I jumped up in the air, I'd be blown away. And I was doing that, and I was staying on the spot. But yeah, I think doing that sometimes really kind of the awesomeness of nature. Like if you go into like the sea with really huge waves or something like that, when it's safe enough to do it, or fire walking, you've done that as well, haven't you, Hannah? Those kinds of.
I thought it wasn't real. I was like, they must be lying about this. Like it's a joke. We're not actually going to walk on fire. That was a big one. But what was even more scary was going naked on a beach last summer and pushing myself out of my comfort zone to do that with a group of goddesses. And, the gauntlet was thrown down and I didn't really feel like I should back out because, it's only our bodies. That was highly, highly scary. But guess what? I survived and it was all okay. And the fire walk was okay as well. Karen said she hasn't challenged herself for a long time, but then she was like, oh yeah, actually I've done the yoga retreat weekend with Sarah last year, which really pushing myself out my comfort zone. And I know for lots of you, especially our members, it's even putting on your camera on Zoom. A few years ago, that was challenging for people because they wasn't used to do it, especially if you didn't do it at work. Or speaking in an online circle can be challenging, and then suddenly that's like well within your comfort zone, and that's easy, and you're ready for the next challenge now. So really, really good to keep pushing yourself out your comfort zone all the time. Sorry, not all the time, sometimes. Okay. What could I learn? This is Sarah's lovely question. What could I learn that would benefit my life the most? What could I learn that would benefit my life the most? Great question. And this might be perhaps related to your area that needs the most work. So if it was relationships, for example, that needed the most work, it might be something around that, right? Learning how to navigate relationships in a healthier way, or learning better communication, for example. One that comes to mind straight away for me, and I've spoken about it a few times in our circle, but it is about getting more clarity and mastering my finances a little bit more. That is a life skill that would help every area of my life. Sarah, you're constantly learning. Is there anything that's like for you where you're like, yeah, that learning that in my life would really benefit me?
Learning how to cook healthy food can help your health in incredible ways, or just learning some skills in the kitchen, like learning even like a few raw food dishes, like if you're short on time, that kind of thing. I think that can be really transformational, because there's so many easy conveniences that are slowly killing us with our diets. When I say diet, I don't mean dieting. I mean the way that we eat. So I think learning about food and nutrition is just so valuable.
That's brilliant. Thank you. Karen shared a good one there, time management, and she can learn how to manage her time more effectively. That would be amazing for her life. So this might be, on your vision board, right? Or it might be the goals. If you're not actually making a board, the goals you want to hit maybe in the next year or the next month or whatever your timeline is, that you want to learn this skill that's going to benefit your life so much. Okay. So a few questions now around specific areas in your life. So with your work, and again, your work, we mentioned it the other day, it doesn't have to be, you might be employed, you might be self-employed, you might be, a mother, a housewife, someone who takes care of family or friends. So whatever your role is, your work is in life, what would make you happier? What could you do that would make you happier? Like, do you desire growth in that role? Do you desire to learn new skills in that role? Do you desire a change in that role? And I'm sure that you're going to have an instant feeling with this of like, yes, I'm ready for a promotion, a change of direction, a new career, maybe calling in more abundance in that area. What is it around your work? Maybe you would like more validation and appreciation, for example. What is it about your area of work that you would like to call more in of? So I'll hand over to you to read a few more of the questions out.
Okay, let's move on. This is quite a simple one that we probably don't ask very often, but what would make me happier in my living space? When we looked at that Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the home and the safety, that is obviously super important, but how can we elevate and how can we lift in that area? What would make you happier in your living space? Is it bringing some plant life in? Maybe changing the colour of the space, maybe having a clear out, maybe putting some family pictures on the wall, some photos, different lighting.
It might not be bringing anything in, it might be clearing out, right? Having less clutter, less stuff, or more energetic stuff. That's something lovely that I've added to my space, is like more essential oils, more sound with like a bowl, for example, or music, or what else? Like the sage that I always use before I work or before I go live, like those kind of things that are feeding the senses in your space as well. So a couple of shares there. Karen Reed said she'd like to work for herself, so that's a wonderful goal to have. Karen said less changing of the goalposts. So at work, she would like less changing of the goalposts, but it is outside of her control. What's our next question?
Next one is, what have you done that has made you proud? So a real key piece in moving forwards and onwards and growing is stopping and recognising when you have done something. And this is a really overlooked piece sometimes. So let's just connect in with that. What have you done that's made you feel proud?
Yeah, it definitely gives you motivation, doesn't it, Sarah? Because it's a bit like, someone saying to you, good job, you've done amazing. It makes you want to do even better. Whereas if you don't acknowledge what you've done well, you sort of feel like you're just always working, always trying harder.
Where's the reward, Yeah. Got to stop and smell the roses. So just connecting with that just for a few more. And we're just going to finish up with what changes can I make to immediately improve my mood? So you can think about that emotional scale that we looked at on day one and we kind of visited yesterday and today. What is it you can immediately do? Because there could be a little micro change that you can make.
Have you enjoyed the shaking today?
I was going to say movement like that, little bouncing up and down, shimmying, shaking.
Can you put the music on? Can you step outside for some fresh air? Share with us what you do as well. We'd love to hear in the comments. What do you do, or what can you do more often that immediately changes your mood? Oh, dropping into gratitude. That's a nice one, isn't it, Sarah? When you're feeling frustrated about something, you're like, actually, I'm so grateful for, and then the list is kind of endless, right? Even being alive, the air that we're breathing, the fact that we've got water on tap, the most simple things for our homes, our families. That feeling of gratitude can change your state so quickly.
So I would really encourage you to ask yourself this multiple times throughout the day. So doing that little check-in of how you are, what you need, what can you do to improve it, and making a habit of it, right? So we're going to leave the journaling there, but if there's any responses, if you know what you could do to improve your mood immediately, do share with us. And what we're going to do to kind of close the session, not just yet, but in a moment, is we're going to start to embody the feeling of elevation and soaring and flying up to your highest potential. So we can sit all day long, and it's really important to do the mind work and the inner work. But the body, we are human bodies as well, right? And the body keeps the score. So we need to start to imprint this message within the body as well. So that's why we've done the shaking. That's why we've done the breath work. And that's why in a minute, I'm going to guide you through something called cloud salutations. So if you may have heard of sun salutations or even moon salutations, particularly if you've already worked with Hannah and I, we like to honour the cyclical rhythms of the sun and the moon, but we can use the elements as well. And again, if we come back to that Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we want to make sure the foundations are strong, but we do want to start to move up the rungs of the ladder. And we can use this in our movement practice. So we're going to head towards the sky with this one. So cloud salutations, and they're very simple, and we can all do them. It involves a tiny bit of balance. So if you're not so steady, have a chair or a wall near you. But before we finish up embodying, we'd just like to tell you a little bit about how to continue this kind of work with us. So you may have had some really incredible realizations and seen some goals that you'd like to work towards, or notice an area of your life that needs a little bit of love and attention. And you may have just enjoyed being in this space among like-minded people. So we do this kind of thing inside the holistic health circle. So Hannah did mention already on day one, and we've already welcomed in some new members as well. So grateful to have you join us in this space. So the Holistic Health Circle is an online women's membership, and you can think of it like a lifestyle membership. So we look at all different areas of your life, and we continue this particular work that we've done, and this kind of mindset and movement stuff, particularly in our higher awareness sessions. So the next one coming up is in April, will be on boundaries. So we'll be taking a deep dive into this subject. And we work towards new goals every new moon. And a new moon comes up once a month. And we also have full moon ceremonies where we look at releasing the blocks that might be holding us back. So they're like kind of two very significant, prominent things that we do, which are very similar to the work we've been doing the last few days. But we have loads more as well. So Hannah spoke yesterday about using particular herbs or food to support you, using naturopathic nutrition, which she's an expert in. So Hannah leads every week. She has an Ask Hannah session where you can come to her with your needs. And it's not just around food, it might be around supplementation or any health conditions, health issues that are arising within that week for you. So particularly around seasonal change, we naturally detox, and people are noticing perhaps changes in their skin or their sleep, or they're having digestive discomforts, and they just pop a little message to Hannah, and every Friday she goes live with the answer. And of course, if you can't be there live, you can get it on catch up as well. She also puts a meal planner in every month, so that you don't even have to think about what you're going to eat. It's all there available with beautiful pictures and the recipes. And I think there's a shopping list in there as well. Yeah. Wow. Look, it's all done. And we have a seasonal nutrition workshop as well. And Hannah's just dropped that latest one in. And it's just a beautiful reminder, because even though we've got members that have heard the nutrition talks before, Hannah's up-leveling her skills. She's learning new things, reminding us, and we're all sharing our pictures of what we're doing. So it's kind of like being in this space with like-minded people. And then added to that, you've had a little glimpse of some breath work that I've led, and some movement. So I am a yoga teacher and a breath coach, and I'm just up-leveling my skills with some trauma-informed work as well. We're all going through something, or we've all been through something. So using that support, and also we work with the seasons and the cycles. So we share this information that, okay, if you're at an ovulation stage of your cycle, you might not want to go super strong. You might just want to come to the relaxation yoga class that's live this week. Sorry, if you're at ovulation, you might have the energy to do both, actually. So we do a feminine flow yoga, and we do a chill and restore yoga each week. And yeah, we just bring this awareness around cyclical living, about being a woman. And if this sounds like a lot of stuff to you, I mean, it's incredible value for money. And we just had a review to say, if you're thinking about it, don't hesitate. This has been life-changing. And it's for the cost of like a takeaway. It's probably cheaper than that, actually. And so it's £39 a month, and it's about to go up. So this is the last time you'll get the chance to get it at this incredible price. And if it sounds like there's a lot in there and I'll never get time to do it all, well, you don't need the time to do it all. You just need to do what's going to give you joy at the moment, right? So we've been asking that question. If it's movement that's bringing you joy, then you can come along to the yoga sessions. If it's learning more about food and nutrition and how to support your family and yourself, then you might just start with the Ask Hannahs. The breathwork's a really good place to start for everyone, because it's regulating your nervous system. And from that state of regulation, we can take more information on, and we'll have more energy naturally. So that's always a good one. So there's loads of choice there, right? Would you like to add anything, Hannah?
Yeah, Karen's just shared there. Thank you. We're so appreciative of our members. Karen's just dropped in the comments going, Holistic Health Circle is so supportive and amazing. And Heather's also a member. She's just said there that her husband is a bit of a stick in the mud about watching the kids while she joins sessions, but she's just done it for 3 days in a row and is not moaned once. So she's going to be coming along to more live sessions. So that's absolutely amazing. But yeah, there is a lot in the Holistic Health Circle, but it is our favourite place to hang out online. We really love to be there to support you in elevating yourself. And we've really got the tools that you need to make these routines and bring these routines and rituals into your life. So if you've ever dabbled with yoga or dabbled with healthy eating, but you've not really been consistent, this is the place that's going to help you be really, really consistent. You've still got to do the work. You've still got to show up, whether you're doing it live or on replay. But the women inside our membership, they're constantly sharing amazing testimonials and reviews because they're having so much transformation. So it really, really does work. You just need to decide that basically you're important enough to prioritize your own health, your own well-being, your own spiritual needs as well. I have created a video earlier that should be uploaded into the group where I literally walk you through it, or I done a bit of a presentation, walked you through all the slides, showed you some testimonials. But like Sarah said, the price is increasing on Sunday. It is the most affordable way to work with us. We both, to do my group program costs nearly £800. To work with me one-to-one costs considerably more than that. Same for Sarah. Because you can work with her on a more one-to-one basis as well. But this is the most affordable way to get started on your journey and see huge transformation. So we really want to invite you to grab the moment and not think, oh, I might do that next month, or because, a month rolls into a year and then a few years and then you're still in the same place and nothing's changed. So the moment is now. I said in my presentation earlier that I'm reading The Power of Now, and it's like, there is only now. Past is gone, the future has not happened, there is only now. What are you waiting for? But Sarah, lead us through. So thank you for joining us. Any questions, let us know below. There's loads of amazing bonuses. That's the other thing. And I won't go into them here, but they're in the presentation. Amazing bonuses up to nearly £200 if you join us as an annual member as well. But for this evening, Sarah, lead us through this lovely, I've never done this, a cloud, what is it, cloud
salutation.
Cloud salutation. I'm learning something tonight. Talk us through it.
Do it standing. So if you can come to a comfortable standing position. And as we do this, I want you to really embody that feeling, those things that you've connected with joy, that burning thing on your bucket list, those emotions that you want to move towards. Hold them in your mind and in your thoughts as we begin to move. So you just come into a relaxed standing mountain pose. You can roll the shoulders back and down, have the palms facing forward, so we've got the heart space open. We're going to call in that joy, that happiness, really going to reach towards that highest potential. And let's bring that lovely breath in with the movement. So take a nice deep breath into your belly. Feel it expand your lungs, which are the wings of your heart, and exhale. Next time you inhale, we're going to stretch up towards the clouds, reaching up, stretching up. As you exhale, you bring your hands to your heart and your knee to your chest. So standing leg is strong and steady. Beautiful. And as we release the foot to the floor, we reach up with the hands, and we want the foot to reach the floor about the same time that the hands are stretched to their maximum. And then bring the hands back down to the heart. So that's one round. So let's go again on the other side and really calling in that feeling so that we embody that feeling that we're moving towards. Inhale, stretching up, holding the vision. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest, hands to the heart. Inhale, lifting hands, placing foot down. And exhale, the hands to the heart. So I'm going to add an extra layer. You can keep going if that felt good, and it can get quite meditative and nice. But if you want to grow a little bit, challenge yourself, then I'm going to invite you that on the next round. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, knee to chest, hands to heart. This time, if you want to think about flying forwards and elevating, then you can kick your leg back and bring your hands forward. So if you know yoga, it's like a warrior 3 pose. Have a play with it. It doesn't need to look a certain way. Just think about moving forwards and then back, knee to chest, hands to heart, and foot to floor, hands raised up. Beautiful. Hold the vision, ladies. Hold that feeling in the body. Hands back to the heart. Nice. Hands circle up. Big breath in. Shoulders relaxed. Exhale, other knee to chest. Hands to heart. Strong and steady. And then reaching forward, leaning forwards. Soaring, taking off. Growing. Wobbling, smiling. Exhale, knees to chest, hands to heart. Nice, and placing that foot back down again. And let's just do one more round on each side, really tuning in to what supported you and what felt good. And can you challenge yourself a little bit here? Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, knee to chest. Maybe holding it here. Or maybe pushing yourself slightly outside of your comfort zone, reaching forward, leaning forward, leg goes back and up, kicking through heel. Nice. Bring it back towards your heart. Bring the vision in and placing the foot on the floor. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's make the last one count. Inhale, big breath in, energizing the body. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, soaring, flying, reaching, growing. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, hands go up, foot goes down. And exhale, hands to the heart. Keep the hands here and just tune in. So if you can feel your thumbs pressing into your sternum, probably noticing some energy around the heart space here. So all of this work is, the heart energy is key here, leading a heart-led life, tuning in to what brings you joy and happiness. We're getting out of the lower chakra system, or on that Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the bottom of the triangle, and we're moving up the rungs of the ladder towards the heart. And it's the energy here that we create that can help to elevate and lift us and help us to soar to our full potential. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the cloud salutations. And if you want more of this kind of thing, come and join us. We are so ready to welcome you into the Holistic Health Circle. And if not, just hang out on our page. We've got lots of events. You can head over to our website and sign up for our newsletter, or just drop us a message and stay connected.
I love it there that Heather said she's impressed with her wobble. She didn't nosedive. Goals. I was shouting out. I forgot I was on silent. I was shouting out, I hope you're joining in and you're not just watching us. But just as a wrapping up thought from me, do you think about what was the major thing that came up for you? So thinking about your goals, the questioning, was there one that has highlighted something big and different? Like if you had more money, did you have an answer that you wasn't expecting? Or the thing that made you really happy, was that something that you didn't expect? And maybe focus on that thing that you didn't expect, and call some more, like just take one thing from today. You can't do it all, but take one and focus on that and work on calling that in. Maybe joining us on New Moon Ceremony on, I think it's the 1st of April, it's a Friday, and we can write intentions out together that night. But like Sarah said, thank you so much for joining us. If you are ready to keep going on this journey. You know, personal development and working on ourselves is not just for 3 days. It should be something that we're doing all of the time. And we're providing the perfect online space to do that together. And Heather said there that she loves the connection of the group, and we do too. It's really, really supportive. So thank you everyone for joining us. There's a few more days to catch up on this if you haven't managed to watch it all tonight. And otherwise, we hope to see you in the membership before Sunday. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.